we have done. Okay, so very first one is the input function. Okay, so input function is generally used for the taking the user input. So it is very less useful in data science. Suppose if I want to take the user input and that input I have to store into the one of the variable. So how to do? Yes, very simple. Use the input function, and after input function, it will give the one input box. So just give the input. Suppose my name is the Ganesh. So just I'm putting the name here. Now name contains Ganesh. Now how to check here? Simply print name as a Ganesh. Now I can enter here the input with some message. Here, if I'm using the simple input, it will not give any message here in front of that box. In front of that box, there is no message. But here, if I want to give some message, what you have to input? You can use here enter your age. So enter your age, suppose 56, and now I can use here. So age is equal to enter your name age as a 56, and now I can print here the age. I can print the age. So it is 56. But surprisingly, you can see here the type of the age. The type of the age is str. It is not the integer, because 56 is integer. 56 is integer, but it is still str. So how to convert that string into the integer? You can easily convert that string into integer by typecasting it. So int, and whatever the input is there, that is the string, and that I am entering as an integer. So that is converting into integer, and that I'm storing into the num1. So num1 is no more string. Num1 is the integer. So here I'm giving the first message as a 5, second as a 5, and addition is equal to 10. If you are not giving here int here, then what happened? What happened here? If you are not giving the int, then if I run this program and if I'm giving the same input, then I'm getting the answer as 55. So can anyone explain me why this 55? Yes, very simple. Because this is string. First is string, second is string, string plus string, that is string concatenation will be done. 5 plus 5, string concatenation, and this 55, the 55 is the answer. Now, if I want to convert, if I want to add it, I don't want to concat, I want to add it. So how to add? You can even use this here int, or otherwise what you can do, I can use here int also. That is the second way actually. Here I can convert this num1 and num2 as an integer, and then I'm getting the answer as a 10. I'm getting the answer as a 10. Yes, you can see here I'm getting the answer as a 10. Okay, now next one is the decision control structure. Now in the decision control structure, actually what happened, if there are some statements are there, and that statement you want to execute only if a particular condition is satisfied. For example, you want to check a temperature, and if the temperature is more than 35 degree, then you have to print the message as very hot. And if the temperature is less than 35, then you have to print the message as a normal. Then that execution of the or printing of the very hot or the normal, it is totally depending on the temperature value. So we can make one condition. If the temp is greater than or equal to 35, then do this, otherwise do this. So we can have that several versions of the if else. Using the if else, we can control the execution of the instruction. Like these are the two statements, and these two statements I want to execute only if the condition is true. So if the condition is true, then only the statement get executes. So that is perfectly we will execute if the particular condition, that condition given is a true. It given the result as a true. If it is true, then only the statement 1 and statement 2 get executes. Otherwise, this statement 1 and statement 2 will not execute. But suppose in a second version of the if else, we will have the true as well as the false statement. So if the condition is true, this statement 1 get execute, and if the condition is false, then statement 2 get execute. So if the condition is true, then the statement 1 executes, and if the condition is false, then statement 2 get execute. Now you can see here how I have written the statement 1 and statement 2. I have written the statement 1 and statement 2 with the tab. I have given one tab here, and then I have given the statement 1 and statement 2. So in case suppose if I forgot to put the tab in front of statement 2, what happened here? If the statement 2 is not having the tab in front of it, then what happened? Only the statement 1 is the conditional execution. Statement 2 is the compulsory one. Why? Because statement 1 is only the part of the condition. Now here, while writing the if else, this colon is very much important. This colon will specify that there are the more statements are present after this line also. This is not the end of the line. So colon represent these, there are more statements in the next lines. So colon is must. Here also the colon is must, and else is also having the colon. Now how many statements we can add in if or else? Yes, there is no such a limitation that we can add only 2 or 3 or only 10. We can add the number of statements in a if or else. Getting this? So if the particular condition is satisfied, then execute this. If the condition is false, then execute this. But make sure that you have put the some space or the tab in front of that statements. So if the condition 1 is satisfied, then I am executing the statement. But what happens if there are the several conditions are there? Suppose if the condition 1 is false, then I have to check the second one. If the condition 2 is false, then I have to check the third one. If the condition 3 is false, I have to check for the fourth one. Like that. So if that is so, then I can use the if elif statements. So using if elif statement, we can have the statements execution depending on the which condition is true. Now here how it executes. If the condition 1 is true, then statement 1 get executes, and that's it. This will not be even check. So if the condition 1 is true, then only statement 1 get executes, and the remaining will not check. Why? Because condition 1 has been already true. If the condition 1 is false, then the state condition 2 will be checked. If the condition 2 is true, then statement 2 get execute, and this condition, the next condition will not check. Same for the condition 3. If the condition 1 is false, and if the condition 2 is also false, then only the condition 3 will check. And if the all 3 condition is false, then only the else get executes. Now there is one more question from the students. How many conditions we can put? Now there is no such a limitation. We can put the hundreds of the condition here. But here, remember here the execution. If the condition 1 is false, then only the condition 2 will be checked. And if you want to check the both condition, then you have to use the if for the condition 1 and if for the condition 2 separately. Don't use elif. Don't use elif. It is called as a if else if ladder. It is called as a if else if ladder. Now here note that the colon after if, else, elif is must. This colon is must. Here the colon is not there. So here this colon, this colon, this colon, and this colon, all is must. All are compulsory. Also the indentation is also must. And indentation. So if you miss one of the indentation, then it will give syntax error. Now how to make the condition? The condition can be made by using some relational operator. Now what are the relational operator? Less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, and the not equal to. Now A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. These are the two variables, and I am trying to print here A not equal to B. Now this is the condition. This is called as a condition. Now this relational operator always give the result as a true or false. So now tell me, this condition is true or false? Write your answer in comment box. A not equal to B. The condition is true or false? Yes. Have you got your answer? The condition is true. Yes, because A is 10 and B is 20. Both are not true. Both are not same. So that's why the condition is true. So if I'm using here, if A is less than or equal to B, if I'm running this, then again the condition is true. If I'm using A equal to B, then the condition is false. Now the condition is false. If I'm using A greater than or greater than B, so A is 10, B is 20, 10 greater than 20, condition is false. So you are getting the condition as a false. Are you getting this? So we are making the condition with the help of the relational operator. Now next one is the logical operators. Now what are the logical operator? Logical operator are generally used to combine the more than one condition. So if you have the more than one condition and if you want to check all the condition at the same time, depending on your requirement. For example, you want to execute something only if all the conditions are true, then use the AND operator. You want to execute something if one of the condition is true, then use the OR operator. And if the condition is true, you want to make it as a false. And if the false condition, you want to make it as a true, use the logical NOT operator. Getting this? So AND means if all the conditions is true, then executes. OR means if one of the condition is true, then executes. NOT means not of condition. If the condition is true, result is false. If the condition is false, result is true. Are you getting this? So all AND operator evaluates all expression. It returns the last expression if all the expression evaluates to true. This is one example, and this is generally comes in aptitude of the Python. So it returns the last expression if all expression evaluate to true. So first check out all expressions. Now here 75 is not a condition. 75 is not condition. Condition is always we are making with the relational operator, but here still we have used 75. So is it error? No, there is no error. In a Python, any non-zero value, it is either positive, either negative. Any non-zero value is considered as a true. Any non-zero value is considered as a true. So here, this is true. Yes, this is true. So just we are making here that one. So what is X? Your X becomes first is true. And now A greater than 20. Now A is 40. So 40 greater than 20, condition is true. So second one is true also. And now B less than 60, condition is true because B is 30. So it is true again. And 56. 56 is true because it is the integer value and it is a non-zero value. So non-zero value is considered as a true. So you know the truth table of and will return true only if all the conditions are true. And let's check here, all the conditions are true or false? Yes, all conditions are true. So see here, it returns last expression if all expression evaluate to true. Yes, it all expression evaluate to true. So it returns last expression. So X should be 56. X should be 56. Let's check it. Yes, X is 56. Are you getting this? So in case of suppose here, if there is one condition is there, so A less greater than or equal to 10, then it returns true. Then it returns true because it returns the last expression result. The expression result, the last expression true is A greater than or equal to 10. And the result of this is true. So it returns true. But instead of that, suppose if there is one number 57, so it returns 57. Are you getting this? So this is somewhat confusing, but try to understand this three statement And this is very important regarding to the Python aptitude. Next one is otherwise it returns first value that evaluates to false. Yes, let's check this. Let's check this. So here y is equal to, first tell me, minus 30, it is true or false? Minus 30 is true. And a greater than or equal to 20, condition true or false? Condition is true, because a is 40. And b less than 15, now b is 30, so 30 less than 15, condition is false, so it is false. So what it is saying, it returns the first value that evaluates to false. So what is the first value that evaluates to false? This one. So what is the result of this b less than 15? So false, so it returns false. It returns false. Are you getting this? Yes. So here again the same thing. So instead of b less than 15, here we have put the 0. And what the 0 represent? 0 represent false. So here again true and we true and false. So this is the first value to be false. So what is the result of this 0? 0. So that's why the answer is 0. So just try to understand this expression, which is very important regarding to the Python aptitude. Now we will see for the OR operator. OR operator evaluates all the expression and returns the first value that evaluates to true. It returns the first value that evaluates to true. So let's see here. 75, yes, it is non-zero value, so it is true. First check that all the conditions should be true. Okay, so 75 true. This is again true, and 60 is also true. So all the conditions are true. It returns all the if all conditions are true, it returns the first value that evaluates to true. 75. 75 is the first value that evaluates to true. So x is 75. X is 75. Yes. Now this is the next equation. Can you tell me what is the solution for it? A greater than 20 or 75 or 60. So what is the result? Just go to the comment below and tell me the answer. A greater than 20 or 75 or 60 condition. What is the value of y? Now let's see here. It returns the first value that evaluates to true. So this is the first value that evaluates to true. So that's why the result is true. The result is true. Because here the condition is there, and the condition is always give the result as a true or false. Now let's check here. Now a less than 20 condition is false, or 0 condition is false. And now b greater than 60. B greater than 60. B is 30. B is 30. So 30 greater than 60 condition is false. So false or false or false. Otherwise, it returns last value that evaluates to false. So what is the last value that evaluates to false? This one. This is also false, first value. This is also false, second value. This is the third value to be false. So that's why whatever the result of this, it will return, it will assign to the Z. So the result is false. The result is false. Are you getting this? So instead of that, suppose if you are giving 0, then I'm getting answer as 0, because the last value that evaluates to false is 0. Are you getting this? So if you want to understand this, you have to remember these statements. Return the first value that evaluates to true. Otherwise, it returns the last value that evaluates to false. So it is regarding the OR operator. So you will remember only when if you are practicing this. Now, next one is conditional expression. Now, conditional expression is much more important if you want to write your if-else statement in a single line. How? Suppose there is an age you are entering and you want to check here what is the value of age. If it is less than 18, the status I have to assign as a minor. Otherwise, the status I have to assign as adult. So that I can assign, that I can do using the single statement, using a single line by using this. So firstly is a true statement. Firstly, it is a true. Firstly, we will write down the expression 1. And then if, and then what are the conditional expression, and then else, and then expression 2. Now here there is no need to write the colon. Why colon? Colon is only right if there is a statement in a next line. Now there is no statement in next line. We are writing a whole statement in a single line. So that's why no need to write the colon here. This is the difference here. Huh? So firstly, this is called as a true part. This is called as a condition part, and this is called the false part. So if the condition is true, minor is the output. If the condition is false, adult is the output. So let's check here. If I'm entering the result, I'm entering the age as a 45, so it is adult. Again, if I'm entering the as a 12, age as a 12, so the status is minor. Getting this? So you can write this using the if else also. So if age is less than 18, then the status is equal to minor. Else status is equal to adult. Status equal to adult. Now here we require the 4 line of code, but the same thing we can do using a single line of code again. Are you getting this? So if you have the very less statement in a if or else, then instead of using the if else statements, you can use this shortcut method that is called the conditional expression. My if, condition, else, and then statements. Here the another example. Enter the room temperature. If the temperature is less than 28, then the message is normal, or otherwise the message is hot. So let's run this program and see the output. So if the room temperature is 35, so I'm getting it feeling hot, it feeling very hot. If the room temperature is suppose 10 degree, are you getting this? So here I'm using the formatting here. So you can use this method for printing your message, like it filling, and now this curly bracket I have to fill with this message. That's why I'm putting here curly bracket, and what this curly bracket has to be filled, I can use here format. So you have to put the dot and then format, and then you have to put the whatever the message is there, whatever the string is there, that or string or any integer or anything that is replaced here, that is replaced here. Getting this? We will see the string formatting in the next subsequent sessions. Now any integer is input through the keyboard. Write a program to find out whether the given number is even or odd. Now you can do this statement, you can do this program by using the both of way, by using the if else statement or by using the conditional expression also. So here I have given the solution with the if else, like num is equal to int input enter any number. So this is the string. Now I have to use the modulo operator, because modulo operator, using the modulo operator I can get the reminder, and I am checking the reminder. If the reminder is 0, then it is even. If the reminder is 1, then it is an odd number. So that's why I'm converting that number into the integer, and that I'm storing into num. And then if num modulo 2 equal to 0, then the even number get printed and the num is also printed. And otherwise, if the reminder is 1, then the odd number will be printed. Let's run this program and see the output. Suppose my number is 67, so it is odd number. Yes, it is odd number. 67 is odd number. So if I am entering as a 44, it is an even number. Yes. So simply I can do the very simple program using if else if. Okay. So here one program is there. Write a program to find out the area of circle. Yes, we can do the area of circle very simply. Area of circle is 5. So radius is 5. So area of circle is this one. Okay. Now we will quickly see the loop control structure. Now what is loop control structure? If in an if statement, we can execute the statement only if the condition is true. But how many times? Only one time. Only one time we are checking the condition. If the condition is true, then only a single time the statement get executed. But in some cases, we require that a particular instructions are there in our program, that statement has to be executed repeatedly until the condition is true. If the condition is true, repeat the statement. If the condition is true, repeat the statement. Like our YouTube live. So until the syllabus get over, we are taking the YouTube lives. Okay. So that is the condition. We are in a loop now. So here also, if you want to execute some instruction again and again, we are using the loops. So there are two types of loop in Python. So first is called as a while loop and the second is called as a for loop. So while loop is generally used to repeatedly execute the instruction as long as the condition is true. So if the condition is true, execute the statement. Getting that? Very simple. Now, how many times that statement get executed, it depending on total condition. Until that condition is true, you have to execute. Very simple. Now, it might happen that condition is infinite. Condition is never get false. So that is the infinite time the statement 1 and statement 2 get executed. Getting that? Okay. Now we can put the else block to the while statement also. Now when the else block get executed, now else writing the else block is optional. It is not mandatory. We can write simple while loop also. But else block is execute if there is a normal termination. There is normal termination from the while loop. Suppose if the condition is false, if the condition is true, statement 1, statement 2 execute. Again, condition check. Condition is true. Again, statement 1, statement 2 get execute. So it will repeat. And suppose there is one condition and this condition at that time, the condition is false. Now, if the condition is false, before going to the next instruction, it will execute the else part. So else part is the, you can say that it is the last part of the while loop, last part of the while loop. It is the last statement that it executes before leaving the while loop. Before leaving the while loop, execute the statement. And how many times the statement 3 and statement 4 get executed? Only single time. It will execute only single time. Getting this? So here else block is optional, and if present, it executes when the condition is false. And if the while loop is terminated abruptly using break statement, then the else block is not exist. So this has to be remembered. Suppose in a while loop, suddenly the break statement get encountered. Break statement. The break will break the loop. Break will break the loop. And that if that it means that condition, while the condition is true, you are breaking the loop. So that is an abnormal termination. It's called the abnormal termination. So in case of abnormal termination, the else block will not execute. That has to be remembered. Okay. So you can see here one program is given. Here A is equal to 1 and the condition is A less than or equal to 10 and the A is printed. And A is equal to A plus 1. A is equal to A plus 1. So A is incremented by 1. So I'm executing and I'm getting the answer as a 1 to 10 because 1 condition is 1 less than 10, 1 get printed and then 1 becomes 2. Again 2 less than 10, 2 get printed, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 1, 3 like that. So similarly, we will print the value from 1 to 10. Now suppose I want to print the value from 1 to 20. So what is the change? The change is 1 to 20. So this is the start and this is the end, 1 to 20. And let's see this output 1 to 20. Now I want to start with the 2. I want to start with the 2 and I want to end up to the 20 and I have to increment every time as a 2. So first is 2, the next is 4, next is 6. So it print the table of 2. It prints table of 2. Very simple. So in this way, you can have the multiple print statement to be executed using the while loop. So you have to make this condition and then you have to make one statement in which this variable or this statement becomes false. So now this statement will become false when A becomes 22. Okay. Here also, suppose the same program is there, the previous program, but here the else block has been introduced. So if the else block has been executed, what happened? 1 to 10 has been printed, and at the last, the loop terminated. This statement has to be executed. So this is the last statement. This is the last statement we have encountered here. This is only printed only if this condition is false. If the condition is false, then only this print statement get executed. Now you can put any statement here in a else block. Now next one is for loop. We'll quickly see the for loop. For loop is again very much important, because most times we are using this for loop to iterate over the element for the sequence as a string, tuple, or the list. Suppose you have the one iterator object. Iterator object means you have one sequence in which the several objects are stored. Like you have one array, or you have one string which contains the different character. You have the list which contains the different numbers. Now you want to iterate over it. You want to visit each and every object of that present list. So how to do? That is not possible using while loop. That is only possible using for loop. So this for loop is somewhat different than the for loop you have seen in a C++. So it is called the for each loop. In a Java also this loop is present. So in a Python also this loop is present. So for each loop. So for where, for we will write on the for. Then we will put here one variable. This variable name can be anything. And then we will put here in, and then we are putting the sequence here. The sequence can be list, sequence can be dictionary, sequence can be string, sequence can be tuple or set. Okay, so any sequence is acceptable here. So for where in list, so for every where in list, this statement get executes. Okay, so for every where in list, this statement get executed. So how many times this statement executes depending on how many numbers present in this list, how many items present in this list, that will depends. Okay, now as this while loop is having the else block, for loop is also having the else block, but writing the else block is not mandatory, it is optional. So if it is present, it is executed if the loop is not terminated abruptly using the break statement. So if all the list item has been visited, after visiting all the items, the else block will get executed. We'll see one example here. Suppose you have the list. In this way we can create the list 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is, you can consider as an array which contains 1 2 3 4 5 6. I want to visit each and every item of this. I can use here for where in the 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then colon. After the colon, whatever the statements are there, you are putting in front of it as a tab, and then put the statements here. So here I'm printing here, and I'm getting the answer as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Are you getting this? So here I can use the different variable also, val. I can use the val also. I'm getting the same answer. So this is just a variable name. This is just a variable. You can use any number here. Now here lst is there. This lst, this is the list. Here I have directly used the list, but you can store the list in a variable, and you can use that variable here itself. So I'm getting the answer as a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Getting this? Okay. Now next one is the range function. Now what is a range function? Range function is generally used to generate the sequence of integer. Like here I want the sequence of integer from 1 to 10. Okay, so I'm actually writing that 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 5 comma up to 10. Okay, but is it possible to generate a sequence of integer? Possible. Using the range function is possible. So range function will generate the sequence of the integer. So range of 10. First is range of 10. Range of 10 generate the number from 0 to 9. So make sure that here this 10 means it is the last number that is present in range, but it is not inclusive. What is the inclusive number? -1. 10 minus 1, that is 9 is inclusive, starting from 0 up to 9. 0 to 9. So range 10 means 0 to 9. Range 100 means 0 to 99. Range 50 means 0 to 45, 49. Getting that? So if you are giving the first value also, that is start value, and end value also you are given, so it start with the range starting with the start value, that is 10, and end up to stop minus 1. So 20 minus 1 is 19. So it generates the number from 10 to 19. It generates the number from 10 to 19. Getting that? So if the third argument is also present, the third argument represent what is the step size. So what is step? By default, the step size is 1. So that's why I'm getting the answer as here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, like that. So here, but I can give here I can modify the step size. The step size is now 2. Step size is 2. So it generates the number from 10 to 19 with the step of 2. So first is 10, second is 12, then 14, then 16, then 18, and then they're only 18. Okay, now 20 is not there. Okay. Now here again, 20 to 10 and minus 2. So it generates the number from 20 to 11. This 10 is not inclusive. So up to the 11 it is present. So 20 to 11 in the step of minus 2. So what are the possible numbers? 20, and then 20 is inclusive. 20, 18, and then 16, and then 14, and then 12, and that's it. 10, 12. 10 is not inclusive. Okay. So in general, the format is range, start, comma, stop, comma, step. Okay. So you have to just note down this range, start, stop, and step. So how to use it? Very simple. Use the for loop. So for I in range 1, 11. So 1, 11 means starting from 1 up to 10. 1 to 10. So because 11 is there, 11 minus 1 is 10. So 1 to 10. So if I'm running this, I'm getting the answer as 1 to 10. Getting this? So if I'm putting here the 1 to 21, 1 to 21. So I'm getting the answer as 1 to 20. 1 to 20 only. Getting this? Okay. Now if I'm giving here the step size also. So 2 to 11. 2 to 11. So 11 is not inclusive. Okay, so up to 10 only. So 2 to 10 with the step size of 2. So let's check here. So I'm getting 2, 4, 6, 8. So if I want the table of 2, I can use here 2 to 21, and here I'm getting the table of 2. Getting this? Very simple. I just have to play with the start, stop, and the step size. Very easily I can modify the for loop. Okay. So next one is for I in the range 10, 0, minus 1. Now 0 is not inclusive. Up to 1 it will be calculate. So 10, then 9, and then 8 up to the 1 it will printed. Okay, because minus 1 is there. Minus 1 means the 10 is subtracted by 1 and you becomes 9. 9 is subtracted by 1, it becomes 8. So in a reverse manner also you can generate the sequence of integer. Okay. Now next one is the, suppose instead of using the range or the list, suppose you have the string with you and you want to iterate that over that characters of the string. You can easily iterate using for loop. So name is equal to Python, and you can do here for ch in name. It means that for every character present in name, so first ch is assigned as p, then ch is assigned as y, then ch is assigned as t, like that. So you can see here python like this. Okay. So I can we easily iterate through the string also. I can easily iterate through the list also. Now this is the list, and using this list I can easily iterate. Now what is the advantage of using the list? You can see here this list contains the first integer, and then now it is string. Now where is first integer? At the first time where is integer, second time where is integer, third time also where is integer, fourth time also integer, but the fifth time the where is becomes str. Next time the where becomes float. I can print here the type of the where. Type of where, and you can see here what is the where. First type is the integer, second is integer, next is integer, fourth time integer, but it is str. It is only possible in Python. It is not possible in any other language. So while iteration, we are changing the type of that var dynamically. So dynamically we can change the type of the any variable. Okay, that is the advantage of using the Python. Okay, so write a program to print the cube of numbers. Yes, cube of numbers from 1 to 10. So you can easily get the number from 1 to 10 by using for var in range 1 comma 11. I want cube, so I'm using the raised to operator, var raised to 3, and I'm easily get that all the cube of from 1 to 10. Getting this? Again, write a program to print sum of first 10 natural number. Very easily, sum is equal to 0 and 1 to 10 I want. So 1 comma 11 is the range. So sum is equal to 1, sum is equal to sum plus I. Now here I'm using the cumulative addition method to get that summation. Okay, so the first, I think the addition of first 10 natural number is 55. Yes, the answer is correct. The answer is 55. Getting that? So next program is write a program to count the number of alphabets and number of digits in the string. Okay, number of alphabets and the number of digits. Suppose this is the string is Goa 44001087. So here the alphabet count and the digit count. Okay, so there are the two variables are there, and I'm checking here. If it is alpha, if the ch is alphabet, then alphabet count is incremented by 1, and if the ch is digit, then the digit count is being incremented by 1. So, and I'm reiterating this over the message. So for ch in message, the ch is first G, then O, then A, like that. So every time the alphabet came, the alphabet count will be incremented by 1. If the alphabet is digit, then the digit count will be incremented by 1. So I can get here the alphabet count is 3 and the digit count is 8. So I can change here the input and let me see here it is changing or not. So alphabet count is 6 and the digit count is 8. Getting this? Now next one is write a program to print 25 odd numbers using the range. Okay, so first 25 odd numbers we have to print. So 25 odd numbers to print. So 1 comma 50, 1 comma 50 comma 2. Very simple. 1 comma 50 comma 2, and here what we will do, we will do count, we will print, and count is equal to count plus 1, and after printing the count we will print that odd numbers. So let me run this, and we will get the first odd number is first 1, second odd number is 3, third odd number is 5, fourth odd number is 7, fifth now odd number is 9, like that. So we are having total 25 odd numbers. 25, 40 up to the 49 I'm getting the odd numbers. So these are several examples that we have taken for the for loop. So what you can do, you can go over the internet and you can just search for the different examples based on this for loop and the if else using in a Python, and just try out the more examples. We will meet you tomorrow at the again 8 o'clock. Sorry for the first 15 minutes because I forgot to unmute myself. First 15 minutes are actually you are not getting here, and I have not seen the chat box there. So you have thank you for giving me that information that can't hear you sir, can't hear. Okay, so that's it. I have taken all the revision also. So we'll meet you tomorrow exactly at 8 o'clock, and this will not be happen again. So that is unmute. Okay, so and whatever you have the problem, you can post me that problem in the chat box, or otherwise on a comment box. You can type your questions. I will be definitely answer you, and after answering you can get your answers. Okay, so thank you for watching the today. So if you are very new in this video, what you can do, you can go below and subscribe to my channel. You can like my, if you have liked this video, you can like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.